Price action has been absolutely insane today. We've been up, we've been down, we've been trading. Question everything, trust nothing. Welcome to Debate Crypto. It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader. We were gonna have the shortest stream of all time, right?
I don't know what happened there.
And we were like, thanks for watching. I have no idea what happened. So, Crypto fam, we're glad that you are here today. Back for another day. It's Wednesday. Used to be What If Wednesday. Now it's just Wednesday. So we're glad that you're here. Make sure to smash that like on the way in if you haven't already. Turn on the bell notification so that you know that we are streaming every day, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the exception of Saturday, and then on Sundays at noon. And then pinned in the chat, Danger Close Alpha. If you guys haven't subbed already, make sure that you do. We're doing our political jargon over there, so make sure to check that out. All right, cool. So, Crusader, what's been going on today, bro? Things have been a little wild. We've been both trading today. All right. One of us is in a much higher leveraged position. You could probably guess who that might be. And we've been up, we've been down, and what's been going on?
Dude, it's been a wild day. I mean, I've been trading for a couple of weeks now, but I've never seen price action like this. We literally had a swing all the way to the bottom and then just instantly ripped all the way to the top, and then has come right back down again. And now we're back where we started the day, kind of in the middle. Really hasn't done anything, but massive swing price action. Let's do a quick market overwatch, and then we'll jump into the TA.
All right, cool. I do want to say really quickly, when we're talking about the leverage trading, obviously we're not here to give you financial advice. Some of the stuff that we're doing, we are trading to be active and to just continue to learn. I'm in a 55x leverage right now, short. Okay, let me just say this. I need to do better at taking profits, right? On $100, so I'm not playing with a lot of money. On $100, I was up $20 earlier today. That's a 20% win, right? I need to do way freaking better at saying, okay, thank you very much. Don't need the home run every time. Because if I check right now, I am, that's right, up $4.27. So,
hey, bro, you're in the green. That's all that matters.
I am in the green. Let's check out the market overwatch, and then we'll let Crusader jump into some TA and see what's going on with the rest of the trading life. All right, so the global market cap, let me update it, is at 1.04 trillion with the T dollars. That's down 0.17%. It's been at 1.04 for days, lots of days. Bitcoin's at 25,621, pretty flat, down about 0.5%. ETH, same thing, 1627. I mean, guys, these markets have just been flat. XRP down below 50 cents at 49 cents. We do have some XRP news today, so make sure to smash that like if you're part of the XRP fam. USDC, though, baby, holding strong at $1. Let's go. And then round out the top 10, hey, Solana's taking a hit today. $19.46, down 4.37%. Not sure if maybe the power button got switched off today or what, but they are struggling a little bit over there.
I actually was listening to some people talking about why everyone's so hyped up about Solana right now. And we mentioned earlier, right, that now USDC and all these stable coins and PayPal working with it.
Yeah.
But they haven't crashed recently for the simple fact that the volume, right, of transactions on there is so much lower than what it was at the peak of the bull market. And if they haven't fixed those issues, we're going to see some more crashes when the next bull market starts again.
Let me jump into the chat real quick before you dive into the TA. OFN, I'm gonna mess this up. So this is can you OFNIR crypto? Well, I don't know. I thought maybe if I said it correctly, it was probably something very obvious. It's not. Apparently, it says, "Yo, Keeper Crusader, how y'all doing? Pretty nice little price wicks today." That's what we were just talking about, and Crusader's going to get into that in a minute. Glad that you're here. Patriot Caveman, you got a message coming your way on Twitter so we can get your address and send you over your t-shirt. Kenton Smith in the house, Andre Britz, Matthew Barnes, Kush is my cologne. Love that love that name for sure. Thank you guys for all being here. All right, Crusader, give me some TA love, brother. Let me see it.
All right, let's get it right. So yesterday on the show, I mentioned to you guys about an ETH trade, which played out perfectly right as the stream ended. Unfortunately, I didn't take the trade for ETH and I traded Bitcoin and lost some money. But
so not so perfectly.
Well, no, the ETH trade worked out perfectly if I would
without you involved.
If I would have taken it, I just wasn't involved, right? But the Bitcoin trade that I was thinking about did not go. I should see. That's why you got to stick to your plan. Stick to the plan, no matter what. So today, this is what's been happening, right? We're in the 15-minute here, and then I'll zoom out to the macro levels for Bitcoin. As you guys can see, we were in this range, right, between these two yellow lines here. We broke out of it and we swung all the way down here to $25,338, give or take, which is almost at the price point of the previous week low, which is very important. We were able to bounce off of there, and we had a massive rip all the way up here. It just instantaneous.
I don't know how I didn't get liquidated, by the way. Even on the exchange that I'm on, it wicked past my liquidation point. It was just boom.
That's how fast it was, because this is the 5-minute chart. So within 5, 10, 15, 20, like half an hour, it just ripped all the way up here to 26.50, 26.45, and then just came right back down. And now we're back at the 25.6. But as you guys can see here, we're getting rejected, right? So on the 5-minute mark, we are getting rejected from the value area low of today's range, right? We went back in, we got rejected again, we come back down, and then we're getting this VWAP standard deviation holding us up as support. But if we lose this, we're going to test this previous day low again, which we lost previously. So if we lose that, we're going to slowly come here. I don't see us doing this move today unless we have some massive more price action. I think all the price action volume was consumed in this trade here. But, you never know. But let's switch over to Bitcoin on the macro level and see what's been happening there. So on a macro level for Bitcoin, let me jump out to the daily. Close this up. Bunch of indicators flying everywhere. Let me turn on this macro level here. Yeah, dude, we're still here, man. Look at this wick. We had the wick all the way down here. It looked like we were going to lose it, and then we able to jump right back and just continue holding. And we're right on it right now, continuously holding that value area low for the year, still holding that support.
That looks like a big Bart Simpson pattern right there, by the way.
Oh, yeah, right. This is a huge Bart right here. But, the big thing that CVO has mentioned before is his head and shoulders here, right? His head and shoulders are broken out of, not looking good. I just want to quickly jump back into the 5-minute to show you something here with ChartPrime, because I do have this down here is the ChartPrime oscillator, which works really good. I like using it a lot. As you can see here, let me pull this up. As you can see here, as we rode down here, we got this massive wick. We were getting into this reversal signal, which is this green triangle. Instantly pumped all the way up. And as we were approaching, right, look, all the way over here, actually even before right here in this
breaker blocks,
we were already getting these orange boxes. This looks like one huge bar, but it's actually made up of every individual candle is one box, one orange box saying overbought, overbought, overbought. And as we reached up here, we finally say, hey, can't take it any longer. We're at the very top of this red ribbon up here. We're definitely completely overbought, and boom, we came back down. So the oscillator here for Prime completely called this perfectly. And if you were following it, obviously you can't use this one indicator alone, but this, along with a lot of other things, we're able to definitely identify, hey, this is a top. Start taking profits if you're in a long, and start possibly shorting here. So that's Bitcoin. I'm gonna jump on over to ETH real quick. So ETH today, I was able to get a short right here around this level of 1624. Went sideways for many hours. I was seeing that we kept getting rejected from this orange line, which is the value area low of the range. And I was able to catch this drop right here to the previous day low, which is a target to take profit. I had my TP put in there.
Actually, you actually took your take profit settled while we were on the phone.
I had set it ahead of time to take profit directly at here. I actually tried to front run it a little bit by $1. So at 1609, I took my take profit instantly triggered
Yeah,
as
that's a
they
good trade.
worked through it, and then boom, that took my profit there instantly. And great that I did, because this was an instant wick. This was, if I wasn't looking at it, even if I was, I wouldn't have had enough time to hit the sell button.
Yeah.
So you know, after we hit here, we just had a massive run back up. It looks exactly like the Bitcoin chart, identical.
It always makes me wonder what's happening in the background to make some of these moves happen. I do always wonder. I know actively you have a lot of big institutions and whatnot that are trading against each other, and money's flowing in and out and in and out. I always look for news. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Most of the time, absolutely nothing is going on. The TA is what's going on, and these guys are all trying to wreck each other effectively.
Yeah, dude. But look, this is another prime example of Prime, right? ChartPrime, once again, using the oscillator here, called this very bottom here, saying, hey, we're getting oversold, right? Hit us with that green triangle plus the oversold orange squares. We reversed. And the minute we were getting these levels up here, we start to get the orange boxes, and we got the red triangle saying definitely a reversal is coming. And here it is. Boom, the massive reversal. So check out ChartPrime, and obviously shout out to CVO and Leading Crypto for teaching me the other TA stuff that I've been learning with them as well. But check out ChartPrime.
Yeah, we've got that link down in the description. If you guys aren't checking that out, there's some really simple indicators on there. And I like the fact that they do a lot of teaching on there. There is a live teaching session, I believe.
Yeah, they got a full Discord. They got a full Discord that teach classes every single day. There's a bunch of people in there that literally teaching you how to use the indicators, plus all the free help. It's definitely worth it for buying an indicator that you can then get massive amounts of help.
Smash that like, fam, if you haven't already. We are trying to get to 10K. We are approaching 10K. We're knocking on the doorstep. We need like 50-something subs to get there. Help us get there if you haven't already. If you're back there lurking. 47. Okay, 47
but nobody's
subs.
Counting.
But who's counting? All right, so what's been happening with Bitcoin? Well, one of the things that's been happening, I'm about to pull up in this article, is a little thing called a death cross. Dun, dun, dun. Bitcoin set to form death cross as dollar index teases golden crossover. A death cross indicates a potential long-term bearish shift in momentum, while a golden cross suggests the opposite. So what we are seeing here, the daily chart is set to show a so-called death cross, which, like I said, bearish technical pattern. It's the first time since January of 2022. Past data show the death cross is not reliable as a standalone indicator. And guys, all of these indicators, you should remember that. You need more than one indicator. You can't just look at one thing and say, oh, okay, this is it. You need multiple different things we call confluence that comes together and say, okay, I can put basic, like if you were investigating a murder, for example, you can't just look at one piece of evidence and say, well, that's got to be it. There's a lot more to the story, and that's what's happening here as it relates to, analyzing with TA. It says strengthening U.S. dollar and macro developments suggest tough times ahead for risk on assets, including crypto. The Bitcoin price seems set on doing the opposite of whatever the Dixie does. So effectively, this death cross is when the 50-day simple moving average right here is on track to drop below its 200-day simple moving average. That's what's happening. So when we've seen that in the past, it has been obviously a sign that things are not going so well. We combine that with all of the other macroeconomic events that we have been talking about, not just politically, but financially across the world. This is part of the reason that we've been talking to you about, hey, things just look bearish. The reason that I'm in a 55x short right now, things look bearish. One of the things that I've learned over the years, not just with trading, but just with the crypto markets in general, you've heard people say it before, the trend is your friend, right? Follow the trend. And so in a bearish or a bear market, you are statistically better off shorting. And if you're looking to make money, obviously follow that trend. And so Crusader, I know you've been looking for, I don't think I've heard you recently jump into a long position almost at all, right? I mean,
I don't ever get into longs. Since I started trading, I think I've only done maybe 1 or 2 longs at best case. I think I won 1 and I lost 1.
Yeah.
But I try to not really look for longs in such a bearish market. Things have been so bad that, and sentiment is so down that, yes, you can make longs, right? Like Lucas, the example just showed, massive long opportunity, right? Tons of money, way bigger of a trade than the actual short that I took.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's just, I don't know, maybe it's out of my league that I can't identify those right now in such a hard bearish market. I just feel safer shorting, knowing
Yeah.
that it is a very bearish market.
You're following that trend. Kenton wants to know, is ChartPrime better than Market Cipher? So Kenton, we love CryptoFace. We love Market Cipher as well. It's been very effective for a lot of people. I think candidly, yeah, do we have a code on here for ChartPrime? For sure we do. Do we make a couple bucks if you guys buy it? For sure we do. That being said, you need to use what you're comfortable with. One of the things that we just really liked about ChartPrime has been the teaching aspect of it with their Discord. And then for me, it was just some of the indicators just for me just really made sense. I liked the breaker blocks. Those made sense to me. I liked seeing when it was heavily overbought or heavily oversold. Some of the indicators seem to feel, and they might not be, but they claim that they are more of a leading indicator, an actual true leading indicator than I've seen in other situations. So you've got to use what's comfortable for you. That's bottom line. Play around with it. I think they're doing maybe a month free again. I'll check with Army Piper, but for some reason, I think they might be doing another month free. Don't quote me on that. Don't go buy it and then say, oh, Keeper told me it was a month free. For some reason, I think they might be doing that again. But you got to figure out what works best for you.
One other thing I like about ChartPrime is the fact that they don't. So one of the different things between Market Cipher and ChartPrime that I've noticed from using both is sometimes on Market Cipher, right, a dot, green or red, gets printed on these oscillators, right, because it's on the very same candle, because it's going in a certain direction. But then it changes.
It gets invalidated.
And then it gets invalidated and it gets unprinted, right? So if you jump into a trade without having that dot confirmed, which is obviously a thing for the trader to be aware of, it's not the indicator's problem, it's the trader's problem. You can jump in thinking, oh yeah, I'm getting a green dot, we're going up, baby, and you're going for a long, and then that dot gets invalidated and it gets erased, and you're like, what just happened? All right. ChartPrime doesn't have that. ChartPrime, whatever it prints, is printed, and there's no taking on and off. So it's a little bit more solidarity there. And like, if you see something, that's probably what it means. It still doesn't mean that it's 100%, because you can't make a trade based off one indicator. You need a confluence from multiple indicators.
Yeah, none of the indicator sets are ever going to be perfect. The reality is you can't predict some of the things that happen in the news. You can't predict some of the things that just happen. Some of these scam wicks, as we call them, these god candles, they just happen sometimes, and there's no indicator package that is going to spot that. It's just not really a thing.
And by the way, shout out to Ken for being a long-term supporter here and a member of this show, always supporting us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ken.
Yeah, Ken, glad that you're here, brother, as always. All right, again, smash that like if you haven't already. Let's talk a little bit more about what's happening in the altcoin space. Shift gears just a little bit. We've been talking about ETFs a lot, and this has been a big buzzword in the crypto space. ETF. If you didn't know what an ETF was before, you probably know what it is now. It's an exchange-traded fund. So are we going to get ETFs as it relates to altcoins? Well, maybe so. Multiple altcoin ETFs are coming, according to $676 billion asset manager Bernstein.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. A senior analyst at global asset management fund Bernstein says multiple altcoin exchange-traded funds are likely to materialize if, there's the big one right here, if a spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved. I'm not even going to try this dude's name, who also works at managing director of global digital assets at Bernstein, says Grayscale's legal victory of the US SEC last week set unambiguous principles for regulators to use when considering spot crypto ETF applications. Now, a federal judge ruled last week that the SEC must reconsider Grayscale's application. We talked about that, where they basically said, hey, listen, like, you sued us and we're rejecting it because ultimately it was discriminatory, as they said. The judge basically said they need to reconsider the company's application because it was inconsistent and arbitrary. Later that week, the SEC said it was delaying its decisions on a slew of spot Bitcoin ETFs. So what does this really mean? I think that it means that we are basically just kind of in a holding pattern for the inevitable. If you ask me, it's going to happen. And when it does happen, I agree. I think that altcoins are going to be next. What's happening here is it is this slow move, and everything in finance can move very fast, but when they want it to move slow, they sure can slow things down. They can make things difficult. They can push regulatory issues. They can put, stops in via the courts, put judges in the way. They can do all sorts of things of that nature. But the reality is, as we move further and further into blockchain, there's no choice, because as people get more and more crypto literate, more and more people are going to say, hey, listen, why is my money over here when ultimately I'm willing to take on more risk and have exposure? I've talked to one of my financial advisors about this, and I've asked him, so I have some money that is being traded that I'm not in control of, that I actively let them do. Guess what? I've been out and performing that damn thing for years. And not just in crypto, some of the stocks that I've gotten in and out of. Is that me saying that I am a better analyst of what's happening, or temperature gauge? Yes. The answer is yes. I wanted to let you guys know that. So, but am I actually, a financial analyst? No, I'm not. I've just been doing this for a while and have done well with it. Bottom line is this. I think that people are just going to push. There's going to be enough push for people to say, listen, crypto makes sense. It's a real thing. It's legit. You got to let me put my money there.
Yeah, period. I think there's 2 points that people need to pay attention to when they hear about this ETF stuff. One, right? These companies make money selling this product to people, aka, the ETFs. They're going to have people invest for. They're going to make a ton of money.
Oh yeah,
on packaging this product up and selling it, and it's going to be an easy sell just because of how massive Bitcoin moves and everything's going digital, and people are feeling a certain type of way about the US dollar and fiat systems in general. They want an alternative, so that's going to be an easy sell. That means that these companies are going to make a ton of money. First mover advantage, right? The spot ETF for Bitcoin has not been proven yet, approved yet. But some way, somehow, there's already companies saying, well, the altcoins ETFs are coming next, right? They're already focusing on that Ethereum ETF. I believe it's Fidelity that's really on the Ethereum ETF right now. And there might be a few other companies out there as well. So they're already focusing on the next one, meaning when this thing happens, it's just going to be an onslaught of ETFs left and right being slung everywhere, and a ton of traditional finance money is going to come into it. Not just Bitcoin, but also ETH. Another thing, right? The SEC is just waiting around, delaying the inevitable. It's only a matter of time before they just approve one. They just, hey, it just is what it is. We can't delay it any longer. And I believe it's sooner than most people believe. I don't think that Bitcoin goes back to 30K back to 30K or up or above 30K without an ETF approval. I think
you heard it here first.
Yeah, I think with how dramatically drained the market is right now in crypto, with everything that's happening with the US dollar, oil, commodities, I don't think there's enough of a push in the crypto market to push Bitcoin over 30K without an ETF right now. That news, right, when the SEC grayscale thing came out, we pumped massively to 30K, and then we came right back down because it wasn't what people thought it was. It wasn't the actual ETF. So I think without it, we won't cross 30K anytime soon. And I also believe, right, they were delayed to January, and all the other ones were delayed as well. I don't think everyone's looking at the deadlines.
You don't think it's going to be that long?
I think it's going to be at a random day, like a thief in the night. Just bam, it just happened today. Boom, right? Because the insiders will have the bigger advantage. They'll know, all right, this is going to happen. We're going to get in now. The news comes out tomorrow. Everyone else is just waiting for the deadline in January or later, just waiting, thinking it's going to happen that other day, and it's going to hit them out of nowhere. And then everyone's chasing the green candles, and nobody front ran the candles except for the insiders. So I think it's going to happen at a random day.
I would be inclined to agree with you, actually, mainly because we've seen some really good news in the crypto space that has done nothing. Like short pump, sure, but not actually a change in the fundamental analysis of the market. We have seen big information come out. I mean, think about it. if we roll back the clock even 2 years and you started talking about like Visa using USDC and all of these massive companies that are using all of this blockchain technology, you would say, well, if I said to you that all this was happening and I asked you, well, what's the Bitcoin price with all of this happening, with an ETF possibly getting approved? There's already a futures ETF. There's already multiple futures ETFs approved. There's spot ETFs overseas in Canada that are already approved. What would you say the price action would be? And most people would tell you, I don't know the number that they would put on it, but they would put probably a above 50K number on that. Well, we've been getting all this positive information and we're struggling to stay at freaking 26. Right. Exactly. So these markets are struggling. One of the beautiful things that I just want to continue to remind people is, and again, we're not here to give financial advice, but these are the times when it feels crappy to buy, that long term you look back and you're like, damn, I'm glad I did that. I'm really glad that I did that. I don't think, with what CryptoFace said on the stream the other day, I don't think there's any chance in, you know what, that is going to be the case. If you guys missed it, we love CryptoFace, have him on the show all the time, but I'm not scared to refute what he said. He basically suggested that Bitcoin's never going to see is never going to go above 64K again.
Yeah, and no new all-time high.
No new all-time high. Now, do I think Bitcoin might struggle more than we might think to get back to that number? Yeah, I could see it. And I could see people thinking, oh, the halving happened and now blast off, baby. And I don't know that that's going to be the case.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it does. It hasn't worked that way in the past.
Yeah, it does. Like, by history, by the data that we have, it doesn't work that way, right? The halving happens and Bitcoin just kind of trots along and slowly maybe starts climbing for the next year or so. But with everything with all the catalyst events happening right now that we've been experiencing into this halving event, like Patriot Caveman over here says, I'm excited that an ETF will be approved before the halving. This would be the craziest bull run ever. Goes back to my super cycle theory. I think it's possible, and I only think that, when people do TA, they're like, I'll show you the chart and then I'll tell you what the news is, right? Or tell me the news and I'll show you the chart, however it goes. I don't think that there's any fundamental reason to pump back above 30,000 unless we have ETF approved on the day. Like just how XRP had their news, they had a massive pump. Unless we have ETF approval, I don't see us pushing over 30K. Just what could possibly push us there right now?
I don't know. And this is correct too. It always dumps right after the halving. That actually is statistically what does happen. It's short-lived, and I do think that, remember, election cycles matter as well. So depending on what we have, we mentioned this the other day, but depending on what kind of political environment we have going on, almost no matter what, they want the markets to be up and to the right when the election is happening, because it shows strong for our economy, which gives people encouragement, which tells them that whoever they vote in is going to do all of these great things for our economy, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, it is a sale, so be aware of that. But it's bullish. I just can't see a narrative. And what a buzzkill that would be if CryptoFace were right, dude. Think about how many people would be if we just trotted along, even if we just did 30 to 50K for years, people would be like losing their freaking mind because they've sold their soul on the idea that we're going to 100K.
People will be affected drastically when the 4-year cycle breaks, right? We're accustomed to having
being able to predict that,
and then bull run, having event and then bull run, and then 200 whatever days, and then all right, bear market begins slowly, right? We like that predictability. You can't predict that in the stock market. When that happens in the crypto market and that cycle is broken, people are gonna lose their minds.
Well, Patriot Caveman's just signing off for a second to buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin right now. Hey, Patriot Caveman, hold on a second. Let me send you over a wallet address. I'll just take $1 million. Just $1 million. I'm not asking for a lot. You know what I mean? Let me send you over that wallet address. We'll send you the T-shirt, right, that you got coming your way. You send us $1 million worth of Bitcoin. We're even, bro. I mean, that would be a great that would be a great trade. Oh, Crypto Fam, as a reminder, 1 p.m. it's pinned in the chat. 1 p.m. on Sundays. If you like some of our political stuff that we always try to stay away, or well, I don't know that we try to stay away from it. We probably try to get into it on here, but try not to get in trouble. If you want to see us, possibly get in trouble, go over and follow us there, and also jump on Rumble, because I think it could be inevitable that we may or may not get kicked off YouTube for having some of the conversations that we have. So if you want to see some of that interesting stuff, that's on Sundays at 1 o'clock. All right, so moving on, let's talk about some stablecoins, man. I know it's boring, but stablecoins are a really important factor in us moving forward in the blockchain space that we are obviously living in. Circle joins forces with Legend Trading to broaden international reach of USDC. Crypto company Circle and institutional grade trading platform Legend Trading have jointly announced plans to expand stablecoin services in the Latin America and Asian Pacific regions. The firms told Decrypt that the collaboration aims to broaden the scope of USDC to better serve large entities and institutional customers that are currently working with Legend Trading in two rapidly growing markets. Legend Trading claims to serve over 800 institutions, processing $1 billion monthly and operating in more than 150 countries. As a premier crypto trading firm, trading through Legend's platform provides a deep liquidity and high settlement efficiency, presenting an attractive solution for institutional clients to access USDC. Crusader, why do we keep hearing right now, with all of this information going on, why do we keep hearing stablecoins, institutional investors, stablecoins, institutional investors? You can almost see a pattern happening here. Why do you think that is?
Dude, it's the only way that the US dollar is going to continue having dominance in the future, right? In the market. So all these stable coins are very important for the US government, and they're trying to get out there to other countries to start using their stable coin, which is all going to eventually lead us into the CBDC, right? They're all investing into the CBDC technology, which are the stable coins that are going to be controlled by the government. And these companies are, they're front running. They can invest in these companies that we can't, right? You're like, stable coins, whatever. I don't really care about them, whether I use them or not. They don't affect me in any kind of way. But there's people are going to make a lot of money off those stable coins by investing in their technology and getting behind it when it becomes a CBDC.
Do you remember Crusader before stablecoins? Do you remember crypto before stablecoins?
Great time.
Because I do. Great times. But I also remember if you wanted to jump in, you didn't have something, you didn't have ammo. You know what I mean? You didn't have the banana clip sitting there ready to pop into the AR, right?
You had to have the cash just sitting on the bank on the centralized exchange like Coinbase, and then just be like, well, if it drops, then I'm gonna dollar cost average in.
So I definitely like it. I think it's an important piece of the puzzle. Obviously, we need these stable coins to.
I don't hold any stable coins. I hold all my crypto in crypto. I don't hold any stable coins.
I've got some on the sidelines. Not a lot. I have at a couple different points in time held a decent little bit. I don't have a ton right now, but I think that exactly as these articles are saying, as these huge institutions get in, they want to be able to have a place to park on the blockchain, some of this money that they can basically put on a balance sheet. That's really what it comes down to.
That and the merchants, right? Like PayPal and all these different things. They want to use stablecoin. They want to use digital dollars to be able to do this stuff, and they get the great technology of being able to freeze your assets at any moment, right? Right before the CBDC. So it's a great benefit for them.
Yeah, I think they should put that as a headline. They should put that as the headline. So we want to park your stable coins here just in case we need to freeze your assets. That'll be a great selling point for sure. But what he's referring to, if you guys did not know this, all of these different stable coins actually do have the ability. It is in the code. It is written into the code to be able to put a stop, to be able to put a freeze on the movement of those stable coins. And so, obviously, just like with anything in crypto, make sure you do your research, understand what you're buying, where you're buying it from, etc. But this is a reality in the crypto space. So just pay attention to it. Something to be aware of.
Fugazi.
Because they're all Fugazi. Smash the like if you think that this show is not Fugazi. And if you think it is, smash the like anyway, because we need some likes. And we got 42 people in the house. Thank you guys for being here. It's Wednesday. We're streaming all week, baby. Monday through Friday again. We're back at it. Sundays, we are here at noon. And then 1 o'clock Danger Close Alpha on Sunday as well. All right. So let's talk. One of the things that we haven't done for a little while, Crusaders, talked about some random projects. I think
Yes,
it's going to
sir.
be something moving forward that we're going to do. People have been asking kind of in the background, hey, you guys think you could dive into some different projects, whatever. We're not going to go do a deep dive into this. This one's actually an article, but this has kind of sparked some conversations between the two of us that we need to be presenting you guys as we're doing more and more content again, with some opportunities to look at some different stablecoins. And this one in particular was an interesting one from last run, if you were paying any attention to the altcoin space. Let's talk about it. Says this altcoin, we're not going to tell you yet, rises 20% after the announcement. What a cryptic article title. I'll tell you what.
What a catchy title.
Yeah, I know, so catchy. Altcoin projects are experiencing great increases after the partnerships they make and the innovations they announce. Finally, Engine. So if you guys are familiar with Engine Coin, increased up 20% after its announcement. At this point, Engine announced that they will launch their own blockchain platform on September 13th. Engine, which experienced a 20% increase after this announcement, rose to 28 cents. So you can see this would be a massive candle. I mean, they went all the way up from about 23 cents to 26 cents. I mean, that's actually a pretty good
Looking
move.
like a double top right there. I'm just saying. I'm not looking too
Right
good.
here. Boop, boop.
Looking like a double top.
Yeah, but it also kind of looks like a little bull pennant forming here. So I don't know. We could see that go either way. Engine, which has been declining since reaching its annual high of 57 cents in February, fell to 21 cents in August. I want to point this out. So these altcoins that people have been getting absolutely hammered on, there has been opportunity throughout with a number of different assets. If you think about the time between January and now, some of the increases that we've had in different projects, there has been and always will be opportunity to make money. But what it does is it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes a little bit of luck too. Engine, which is currently in the process of recovering for 23 cents, may have shown that trend has turned upward if successful in recovering. If they continue the uptrend, they may reach the long-term intermediate resistance level at 50 cents and the strong resistance level at 75 cents. All right, so Engine Coin. Let me see here. Let me pull this. I'm going to pull this up real quick.
Engine's an interesting one because it was a pretty good asset in the last market. That did pretty good. It's in the gaming metaverse situation, and it they were working with Samsung to be on their phones. And
I mean, they got all the way up to $4.22. Again, this is not the way to trade these, right? You don't just go off of this.
2021,
right?
Bull market.
But I mean, hey, that is a beautiful move from
that
here.
Was right after Facebook announced its transformation to Meta.
Well, this was
all
the
metaverse.
Too. This was in November of 21.
That's what I'm saying. That's when it happened. So in October of 2021, Facebook made the announcement: we're going to Meta, we're going to the metaverse, and all the metaverse tokens, including Engine, ripped at that point.
Tell you what I do like.
That's where it went.
Tell you what I do like right here. Circulating supply, 100%. That's good.
That's actually really good.
That's really freaking good. A lot of times, we look at tokenomics because they're really important, because what you'll see.
What's their market cap?
I'll use let me pull that back up. Their market cap is 263 mil.
263 million.
Yep. 263, 935, 546. It's number 105, about $138 million volume.
I wonder how it compares to the other metaverse tokens.
I think we can, if we go back onto right here, I think we can go right here. Where's the
categories?
What's it under? It's under category.
Down here.
Down here.
Right above where it says Bitcoin, you'll see the word categories.
You're like down here. Here we go. I couldn't find where it was. All right, so can't you just search?
Should be metaverse something.
Are we seeing?
Can you search metaverse?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to see if there was a search bar on here. I've looked at these before. I thought there was a search bar on here.
Up here, the search bar is up to the right.
But I don't think you can search it that way, can you? Yeah, see, no, it's just pulling an actual token off of that. All right, at any event, that's neither here nor there. We could compare those. Don't have that pulled up. That was kind of off the cuff. But what I did want to say was about tokenomics. We're going to talk about Ripple. We're going to talk about XRP here in just a minute. I'll use them as an example. When half of the supply is basically in escrow and they're able to control basically dumping into the market, it's the thing that makes Bitcoin so valuable, right? Its intrinsic value partially comes from, hey, there's only so many ever, and we know, when the halving happens, this, that, and the third, whatever. But what they're able to do with some of these projects have no limit. I think Dogecoin's one of them, right? Isn't there no limit on Dogecoin?
Yep.
Right? So they can just continually print, just like the Fed, which does what? Devalues the asset. So one of the nice things about Engine Coin that I see, just as looking at it quickly, is it made a huge move, last run, which obviously a lot of projects did. I think the metaverse stuff still has the opportunity to survive and revive. I think AI has kind of jumped into that kind of space where metaverse was starting to jump in. I'm not sure how those two are going to play together. But yeah, the tokenomics on it being 100% totally out there, what you're dealing with when you
Yeah, dude, I agree with you. A metaverse definitely has a comeback.
Patriot Caveman says, Keeper, you work a computer like me.
Dude, now you guys know what I deal with on a daily basis.
Hey, I'm looking at a full screen. You're saying right here, like
I said
couldn't
above
even
Bitcoin.
see you.
Look, I found the metaverse thing. I'll show you real quick.
Did you
it's
get
actually
it?
doing not too bad. So like here it is, metaverse tokens, ICPs at the top of it, then stacks. But 90 days, nothing's really been doing great in the last 90 days. Stacks has definitely done good year to date. It's up 118%. Render is up 240. Obviously, that one's a newer one.
Mm-hmm.
Engine is up 8% year to date, up 13% in the last 24 hours. Obviously, we're talking about the biggest move that it had. But Engine is an interesting one. It's definitely nothing else has really been doing anything amazing. Floki up 110% some way, somehow. I don't know.
Illuvium. Hey, scroll up a little bit. Illuvium. Did they end up ever coming out with their game? They had that game.
No, I don't think that game's out yet,
dude. It looked. I mean, the graphics on that game looked like they were going to be absolute fire, and I don't know that ever ended up coming to fruition. I sure didn't see it if it did.
I'm sure they're still working on it. It was up. Look, their token was up $1,700, dude. 1,800,
and it's at $40 right now.
It's at $40. Ooh. If this thing comes back, it's going to be the greatest revenge story ever.
But again, that was the information on that game. They had that game so hyped up and well marketed that people were absolutely all over it. Yeah,
which they can do again, right? They can do a lot of good marketing, but their circulating supply is only 36%.
But with that only, you don't know that if they're using those for the game itself, for just the actual tokens, on the platform, right? Because I believe that was a play to earn game. Illuvium was going to be a play to earn game, so maybe they're holding a ton of that supply for the game. Who knows?
Possibly, anything's possible. I think they have a really small supply too. I think it's like sub 10 million or something like that, which means that they're probably going to have to drop a separate token to continue the tokenization of the game, because there won't be enough tokens for everybody. And if the token goes back up to $1,800, right? Who's gonna?
It's only $1,800 to get in. You just got to buy one Illuvium
to get in, and then
that's right.
Well,
what was the project that got so crazy? You had to buy the three characters to get to start to play the game. It was the big. I mean, they were like almost like little Pokemon character looking things. What was the game? Somebody in the chat help me. It was the game that everybody overseas was playing to earn money. There was
okay, yes, you're talking about
Axie Infinity. And you had to buy the Axies, right? And they got pretty expensive too. And people were saying
it's like $1,000 for
yeah. People were saying like, listen, bro, what's the barrier to entry here is up to $1,000 to play. You're muted.
Oh, I think it has a comeback for sure. I think the metaverse is right. It's just kind of like the NFTs. Its first real iteration of like metaverse tokens and metaverse companies coming out was this last cycle. So I do believe that they're going to have another move up. Engine Coin is one that I'm definitely going to keep keeping an eye on as they're continuously building, because in that news article that we covered, they are releasing their own blockchain, I believe, on the 13th, which is coming here real soon. So they're building in this bear market for the next bull market and what kind of stuff they're going to have on there. Maybe they'll obviously probably release their own metaverse, give or take, right? And then just how when Sandbox and Decentral had their own sale of land that got crazy high in the bull market. I'm pretty sure if Engine releases something like that, once again, something to be looking at, right? Not financial advice, but I would be interested in buying metaverse land this bear market from one of these big companies, or at least at the very beginning of the bull market too.
There are some people that made some insane money last run on metaverse land. I was like, it wasn't me, unfortunately.
It definitely wasn't.
It definitely was not me. I was not forward thinking enough to be buying land in the metaverse at that time. I remember you and I played around on Decentraland a decent little bit. We're hanging out, little characters that walk around, whatever. So Crypto Fam, smash the like if you haven't already. Thank you guys for being here. It's a Wednesday afternoon and you're kicking it with us. You could be anywhere, but you're hanging out. I want to throw this out there for the chat. If you guys want us to actually, so this was not an example because we hadn't done any sort of a deep dive. We were just talking about an article. But if you guys want us to maybe dive into a couple different projects, maybe that's something we could do once a week or once a month or something like that. Maybe we have a show where we do a number of, different altcoins. We could have maybe do a vote. Idea. We could maybe have a vote or something and kind of look into some of the projects that we think are going to come back, or if there's something new, whatever. So chat, let us know if that's something that you think that you would like. Drop a 1 in the chat if you think you would like that idea. Drop a 2 if you say, keep going with the news and letting us know what time it is, brothers. So,
dude, this is off topic, but I want to remind people quickly about the Danger Close Alpha podcast. It is linked in the chat. One thing that we're definitely going to be talking about this Sunday is I'm just going to read it to you. I'm not going to show it, but it says, breaking news. Scientists have been able to grow a whole model human embryo without a sperm or egg for the first time. Fully artificially created human embryo. So we're definitely going to be talking about that on Sunday.
So apparently we are playing God.
That is why we're here. That is where we're headed.
Ugh. I hate everything about that. All right, Crypto Fam, smash that like. Let's talk about Ripple. Let's talk about XRP. I know Crusader, this is his favorite part of the show every day when we get into some Ripple XRP action. He gets his opportunity to shoot shots and talk his trash, so he actually loves it. Don't let him tell you any different. Ripple and SBI Holdings reveal revolutionary XRP adoption strategy. Dude, I'm starting to actually get jaded by the XRP stuff, and I hold a fat bag of XRP and I'm getting jaded.
Why, dude? It's gonna take over the Swiss system.
You are absolutely polluting my brain, bro. You are polluting my brain.
I'm liberating you, bro.
I'm freeing you. As part of a strategic move by SBI Remit, the international money transfer arm of SBI Group and blockchain pioneer Ripple have announced their groundbreaking collaboration, creating a joint venture known as SBI Ripple Asia. The main goal of this venture is to implement Ripple's XRP-enabled money transfer solution to bank accounts in the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia, which will begin rolling out this month. SBI Remit has been using Ripple's innovative services for cross-border money transfer since 2017. In 2021, they took a pioneering step with the introduction of Ripple-based crypto solution, marking the first international money transfer service in Japan to use XRP as an intermediate currency between two legal currencies and transfer funds to a crypto wallet in the Philippines. Under the new agreement, SBI Remit will process customer money transfer requests in real time by sending XRP. Now, is this actually news? Let me throw this out there. Is it a good thing that it's one more institution that's going to be using XRP? Sure. But the news here is that, hey, XRP does what it says it's going to do, and we're going to try it out and use it.
We're gonna use it at some point. Nobody knows when. Just at some point. Just keep holding on.
Just keep holding on. When it gets up to $50, we'll start using it then. That's what it's going to be. And there's going to be so many people rich at that point. I'll tell you what, it's going to be disgusting. We're not even going to need crypto YouTube anymore, bro. We're going to be useless at that point because all of the crypto millionaires from XRP don't need us anymore.
It blows my mind when people talk about $100, the $589, the $10,000, just $100 XRP, dude. It is.
What blows my mind is when I say that, being somebody that holds what I view to be a lot of XRP. Okay, what blows my mind is that when I bring up market cap and people get pissed and they're like,
"It's not real.
Market cap doesn't matter," and I'm like, Yeah, it absolutely does, because the amount of money that is put into each token put together combined makes your market cap. And if we have trillions of dollars, like when you just do the simple math on it, you would be at so many trillions. I forget, I've worked the numbers before, but $100 XRP gets to a wild market cap. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let's
$100 XRP
go ahead and chat for a second. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it. Oh, for
Bitcoin
sure.
super quickly.
No, for
Like
sure.
it is just a ridiculous amount. It'll be higher than gold. It'll be higher than silver. It'll be higher than freaking probably Apple. As a market cap, like it's just insanely high, and it makes no sense, dude.
Okay, so it would be.
That's
Here,
the volume. That's not the.
What's that?
That's the volume.
Well, I was looking at the circulating supply here, because I guess if they put more, if
only 50%, right? Because the other 50 is a rub, right?
If they put more into the supply, so I guess we can just go off the market cap. It will be it's at $26 billion right now, so it would be 200 times that is what it would need to be. So 26 billion, 50 billion, it would be at $5 trillion. So it would be 10x Bitcoin's. It would be 10x Bitcoin's current market cap. That's it.
$5 trillion, $100 XRP.
Yeah.
Assuming that they don't release more XRPs and they don't continue to slowly rug everybody
to do the slow,
because they're holding a whole 50% of the supply, right? Because
and the 569 number, what is it? 589. It's 589, right? And 589, we've got to go 5.89 times that. So, I mean, guys, listen, it's not going to be a $30 trillion asset, and market cap does matter, right? So it's going to flip Bitcoin, it's going to flip gold, it's going to flip the real estate market, it's flipping everything, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
do I want it to? Hell yeah, baby. I'm going to be rich, bitch.
it just doesn't. I mean, if any other coin, 50% was not in circulation, that's a concern. But because it's Ripple and they work with the trustiest people of the World Economic Forum, right? And they work with the best people in the entire banking system that have never, ever done anything in their self-interest and not against the interests of the people. Since they work with all those great people, nobody cares that 50% of the supply is held by them.
Yeah. I mean, guys, the reality is it does what it's supposed to do. It's fast, it's cheap, it's effective. It does. There's just concerns with the things that are happening in the background.
Doge.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of assets that absolutely could absolutely work. I don't understand. We need to bring Zach Rector on again soon. We love Zach. Zach's a great dude. We need to bring him on again because I would like to understand better some of the things about the XRP ledger and what kind of sets it apart, that just for that simple question right there. Like, why can't we just use any other, right?
The connections.
But the connections are great and very important because it is all about who you know. And I could see that growing a token massively for sure. But at the end of the day, the money still has to come from somewhere. So the only way you ever get to that number,
Swift system.
Yes, that's the only way, is if genuinely the government said, hey, listen, we are going to use XRP. But the problem with that is, why would our government say, hey, the biggest money transfer system in the world, we're going to pass power? You know, you're going to, like I always say, ominous dominus. I'm going to bless XRP. I'm going to bless Ripple, who, by the way, was just in a lawsuit with another arm of our, government, so to speak, with the SEC. I just don't see that. Would I love to see it? Sure, because it'd be really great for me financially, but I just don't see that.
Yeah, so. This comment right here by AZTV, Ripple Tech and XRP token, separate things.
That's a good point.
This I 100% believe, and I've said this before, which leads me to what I've said before is I think that at some point Ripple could abandon and slowly walk away from the XRP token because it was just a way of proving the technology works so that they can continue to go build the partnerships with CBDCs in the centralized banking system, which they're already doing constantly. Every other day, you hear about a new CBDC that they've partnered with another country. and they don't have to use the XRP token itself. Every country is going to have their own CBDC that could be built based on the Ripple technology for it to be fast and cheap and whatever. But it doesn't mean that the XRP token is going to be anywhere used in any of that. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to FUD anything. I'm not giving you any financial advice. Short that shit to zero. But you know, just kidding, guys.
Hey, we'll all be sticking around to find out, and the XRP army is going to be sticking around because I'm telling you what, we hold strong no matter what, baby. We're waiting for that $589, that $50,000 buyback. I'm waiting for all of it, baby. I need it all. Smash the like, Crypto Fam, if you haven't already. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Like I said, it's a Wednesday. You could be hanging out anywhere, but you're here with Debate Crypto. We love you guys. Make sure you remember, first of all, Monday through Friday, yes, 3 p.m. We're here. Sunday, 12 p.m. We're here. These are all Eastern Standard Time. And then if you haven't already, pinned in the chat, Danger Close Alpha. We are trying to get to 100 subs now. Okay. We're trying to grow this new channel, politically inspired, just things that are happening in our world, i.e. apparently an embryo out of no sperm and no egg. I don't even know about that. True, but now I do. We're going to talk about it. Those type of things, conspiratorial stuff. If you like that type of content, make sure to check us out. Like I said, that is pinned in the chat.
And tomorrow is Around the Charts, where we do heavy analysis on Bitcoin and Ethereum with the best people in the TA game in all of the crypto space. So don't miss tomorrow's episode at 3 p.m.
And I want to just put a little sprinkle. Been talking to somebody. I'm just going to allude to something. Been talking to somebody, and there's word on the street that we might be having like a really big show soon with like the biggest of all the big names all together, to make maybe some announcements. I guess we got to get a little bit more info, but I'm just throwing it out there. We got a little something planned. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you guys stick around. All right, Crypto Fam, we love you guys. Just remember, question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.